All right, here we are, end of July. We're out here on the property. We're going to try and put in about 100 feet of drain pipe to make the final connection from the gutter over to the pipe, 6-inch pipe that goes down to the pond. So I'm gonna dig a trench, lay some pipe, put it all together, and hopefully get that knocked out today. It's the end of July in Florida. It's, I think it was 92 degrees on the truck thermometer when I rolled up. And I think the weatherman said it's going to be like 115 heat index. So good times here in Florida, but we got to get this done. It's the last leg. It's the last piece of this puzzle. And next week it's supposed to rain a lot. So we want to get a lot of that water in the pond. And real quick math, in one of my videos, I said that it was like 3,000 or 6,000 gallons of water we'll collect off these roofs. We did some math last night, and I think we're looking at 1 inch of rain will give us about 3,000 gallons of water if we collect everything and get it down to the pond. Of course, there'll be some loss of water that doesn't all go in the gutter, doesn't all go in the pipe. Maybe the pipe overflows, but 1 inch of rain should give us 3,000 gallons of water. And if I did my math correctly on the pond, it'll take 9,000 gallons of water to raise the pond level 1 inch. So. All right, time to get started. I'm going to flip this camera around, show you what it looks like before, and then go from there. We'll record progress as we go. Okay, so this is what we got here. We've got, this is just a temporary pipe, but that's the pipe we'll be using. But I need to come off of this gutter here, which is a 4-inch gutter, go into a transition to the 4-inch round pipe, and then this pipe will go over here somewhere between the truck and the electrical transformer, and I'm gonna put a basin. I got a 22-inch basin, looks like about 22 feet from the gutter to there. And then the basin will be right about here between the truck tire and the electrical transformer. And we'll go right here over to the corner, over to the white standoff pipe right there. So I think that's 110 feet. So we got to dig that trench. First, I got to mow this bahia grass. I had left it here thinking that we'd get it turned into hay, but I'm going to mow a little triangle here real quick. We're going to break out the excavator, dig a trench. Doesn't have to be very deep. I think it'll be about 2 feet deep down there, maybe a foot deep up here. Got natural slope, so it should be very easy to slope and get some good fall going down to that white stand pipe that's standing up. First order of business is unloading the truck. I brought the weed eater in case we have time and energy to do the front fence line. You can get a lot done with 5 gallons of diesel, but running a tractor and the excavator, it seems to go quick. So I emptied all the diesel I had, which is 15 gallons. So I got that full, and I picked up some shelving from Lowe's that was on clearance. So we got to unload this truck and then get the equipment out and get to work.
The saying, you can tell a man from a boy by the size of his toys. Well, the older I've gotten, the more I've discovered that is an accurate statement, at least with Bradford.
Okay, we've got the pipe laid out, coming with a 4-inch pipe, thin wall PVC out of my gutter. There's my adapters there. Go about, looks like 25, 30 feet over to my 22-inch basin and sink that down at ground level, maybe just a hair above it. But I plan on graveling this in front of the shed. And then there's I think there's 110 feet of pipe there. Most of this is the heavier wall sewage and drain pipe, but with COVID, pandemic, all the other supply issues, It's really hard to get green pipe. Glad I bought it back in March of 2021. But also bought some thin wall. So I'm gonna go thin wall out here because it's not gonna get run over as much, and plus it's gonna be a little bit deeper underground, so there's less chance of it collapsing. So I'm gonna do about 30 feet, 20, 30 feet of thin wall, and then the rest regular heavy wall, sewage and drain. That should catch the water off that side of the shed, bring it down into, here's the other basin, but connect it into that basin. Down there in the bottom, you see a green 6-inch pipe, and then that goes 200 feet down to the pond. So that's already wide off right there. That's just a temporary elbow and 4-foot standpipe just to mark the spot. So I got to dig that out, reestablish that line.
What you doing?
I just took off this that the gutter guys put on because it's not needed. And then I put on this adapter that'll go to our pipe. Maybe. There we go. And then I got my Japanese socket set. All right, time to dig. Oops.
Time to dig. Y'all, it's hot. It's like 92 degrees with the heat index at 114. It's crazy. He's gonna dig for the basin first, this basin, and then he'll go to the corner of the pole barn and dig for the other basin, and then we'll start digging the trench for the pipe. And by we, I mean Brad. My depth perception's off. It looked like he was super close, but I guess maybe he wasn't. He thinks I'm gonna dig with a shovel on 114 heat index. Oh my goodness.
Not that hard to dig, is it?
I'm not half the man he thinks I am.
How close am I?
You're almost touching, you're touching it. You're touching. I don't know how many people have used an excavator. I just assumed it was a couple levers. But then when Brad got this one, and I played with it, and oh, by the way, I'm not good at it, but there's so much going on in the cab of it. There's levers and levers and levers, and it's not an intuitive thing that just anybody can hop on and do. He's done super well with it. He's figured it out. So about 8 feet and only like 92 feet to go. Spin the bucket, lower the bucket. There's a lot going on in there. I'm lucky to race to lower the tractor bucket. And once again, I feel it necessary to remind folks it's 114 out here, and this crazy man is hand digging. So we're sighting in his angle because this will connect to the white post down there.
Good angle for that.
I think so too.
I'm gonna bring that pipe down the side here and 45 it in. Just gotta figure out my slope. I think I dug the trench too deep. Well, I think I know I dug the trench too deep. So easy to dig deep with the excavator though.
This is what it's done so far, or temporarily done. What's the gravel on the bottom gonna do?
The basin holds water. You drill holes in the basin, and the water can go out the bottom in the rocks.
Okay.
Gives it a nice stable base too. It's down a little lower than it needs to be, so I'm gonna bring it up with rock, tamp the rock, and get the basin right. It's about at 1 inch from where it needs to be.
Another one? Not what I'm here to do though. I'm here to document this, not dragonflies.
It's not pressurized, so I'm not using primer. Glue is fine.
Oh, looky there. Nothing that creativity, a shovel, and brute strength won't fix.
Yeah, that was twice as hard as it should have been.
Everything is. Usually. So that's what you don't do with the saw. You should not put something across your lap and saw it. That's just my safety message for today, is what we just did. Don't do, boys and girls, don't do it.
I would never call our videos how to do it. I would call our videos how we do it.
That's probably more accurate.
All my measurements are correct. This should come into the basin about 4 inches. Last step, fasten it to the pipe. So what I'm doing is, this is over the pipe, this is inside of the basin, and I'm trying to start these threads. And you can see, not easy to do out here. But then that locks the two together. So that's what I'm trying to do. Do you cut that out? That flexible seal, a nice seal against this pipe. Water comes from the gutter into the basin. And then I think this should be easier, cutting this trench and putting this pipe in. Because it's a straight pipe, no angles. But nothing has been easy so far, so I'm not sure why that would change.
There's the pipe that goes all the way to the pond. And that's the pipe we're connecting to on the opposite end of the shed. Discovered it's real easy to dig too deep, as in the first part of this trench. Then you got to go backfill it. Ends up being twice as much work. So it was dug a little too deep. And now it's backfilling it a little bit. Luckily we hadn't gotten that far. So we have a reference point on how far to dig. Science to the slope and the angle and all that good stuff, and that has to meet up with the other end of it down there. He's kind of on a roll now. So he got the depth figured out what he wanted, and the angle. Doing good. That's a mighty fine looking trench.
Yeah, it wasn't right though.
Had this butterfly buddy for a while, and there it is. Hey, guess what we're doing? Trenching. Still, but he's making good progress because There is where they connect up. There's where he is. In case you're curious. I still have my butterfly. Which at this point, to me, is a little bit exciting. The trenches is pretty exciting as well. So very close. Bradford's Trench. And all these pipes go to the pond to funnel all the water runoff from the shed and the pole barn to the pond. Oh, look at that skill. So precise. And now we are but an excavator length apart from joining the two trenches. Now thinking, oh, I've got a trench and I'm straddling it. Now I gotta come off the trench. Look at that. It's like he's been doing it forever. Trench is in. Unit index is probably only 110 right now. The pipe is almost in. From the corner of the shed all the way to the corner of the pole barn where it hooks up with what goes to the pond. That's what Bradford's project for today was. And the hottest day in 5 years. Hashtag crazy, hashtag hard worker.
All right, last cut. Last piece of pipe that we had. I have this much usable pipe left over from when I bought. So it's pretty good guesswork. I'm gonna cut this, get it installed.
That's it. All that's left.
Out of 2, 3, 4, 5, 550, 600 feet of pipe.
That was a good cipher in there, babe.
Good luck. Lucky.
Well, I don't think it was luck. I have a feeling it was measuring. And this is the final piece. The last of the water diversion to capture all the water from the pole barn and the shed and send it to the pond. You know what we're doing now? Ha! Not trenching. No. What we are doing now is filling in the trench. We, meaning Bradford. Much quicker to fill in the trench than it is to dig said trench and lay pipe. Look at that, much quicker. We are closer to wrapping up this project than ever.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. It's been a long day. I don't know what time it is, what, 5 p.m.?
Yep.
5 p.m. We wanted to be out of here around 3, but we
Didn't
just,
happen.
yeah, it didn't happen. We just couldn't wrap it up. I had everything put away and I was gonna hoe and rake this out so this basin would catch water, but I ran out of gas. I'm just wore out between the excavator, the tractor, the shovel, the pipe, but it's in 110, 120 feet. The basin, the gutter catch, it's all in. So now it's complete. The rain's next week. Hopefully all this rain will end up in the pond. I know we look like heck here. Sweaty, dirty. You sure don't want to smell us. And it's not the next day. I just changed my shirt. I couldn't stand myself. But we're gonna wrap this up. Stay tuned for the next video. Not sure what we'll do next, but it'll be something out here.
It won't be digging.
Yeah, it won't be digging this trench. This trench is done. There are other trenches to dig though, so y'all be good. Take care. We out.